Ss13. This hidden gem hosted on a client from the 90s that looks like it'll give you malware. Constantly subject to DDoS from losers with nothing better to do. It can be hard to get into an actual match if your client isn't kept updated or you aren't in any of the server's discords. In my time playing, I've mostly experienced Goonstation and Goonstation with a little bit of Colonial Marines sprinkled in, which all have very different code. Oh yeah, servers have their own code bases, which can make the experience and gameplay from server to server vary quite a bit. The game is entirely community made, with the code stolen and edited by different groups throughout the years, the main ones being Goon and TG. And even past the code, experiences can be very different depending on if it's high RP or low RP. Side note, for whatever reason I used to love Goonstation, but I've had a few bad experiences, so I haven't touched it for close to 2 years now. Mostly due to frustration with unreasonable staff and them wanting live streamers to have an hour delay on their live streams. They once temp banned me for killing one of the admin's friend when I was a traitor. I'm not sure if that kind of thing is still going on. While I was looking up these websites for the video to take screenshots, I actually saw this. So it turns out Goonstation has actually shut down. It turns out they just were not having the numbers they wanted and the server costs caught up to them. I'm a bit conflicted about this, but I mean, even though I had my issues with the server, it's sad to see it go. Anyway, today I wanted to try to one-up my past self and make my Botany shift video, but better. I think I've come a long way in the 3 years since I made my first Ss13 video, and I wanted to challenge myself to see if I can improve on it at all. I hope to give a loose understanding of how to play Botany on Goon, while capturing any goofy situations that might happen. Let's get into it. It looks like we got a Botany shift. On top of that, it looks like we're the only botanists, so we can have free reign to do what we want. Pretty much the first thing I always do as Botany, other than organize my inventory real quick, you can stick your ID in your PDA and stick it on your belt, saves a slot. Then you could also stick money into it after you put your ID. Actually, don't put it on your belt, put it on your ID slot, because then it just works as your ID. What we need to start is a few tools, because most of the good seeds are locked behind a hack. The vendors are probably the easiest hack in the game, if I had to guess. They may have changed it a little bit since I last played, and you can definitely fuck them up. First of all, this is the seed fabricator. This is where realistically you'll get most of your seeds. It has this energy bar. Once it runs out, don't worry, it will recharge after a couple seconds, so you don't have to stress too much about draining all of this. And then this is the garden gear, which is all your tools and stuff you'll need to grow and all the chems you'll have. Which, apart from going to chem and asking them to make you shit, or making it yourself with a few plants that I'm not going to get into today, this is the only chemicals you will have. Oh yeah, you can also order them from cargo. To start the hack, you want to grab your screwdriver here, then just left click on the machine with it in your active hand. Pull out this bad boy, go to your wire panel, and you want inventory to change without getting electrification. I like to start at the bottom. So that was AI, I just pressed it twice to re-enable it. And that electrified it. So gold is bad. We do not want to touch this machine for, I think, a minute, because it will shock the shit out of me if I do. Which luckily we have the second one. So if we go over here, just skip that gold one, press orange, and inventory expanded. Now we will have grass seeds, a strange seed, and the portable seed fabricator, which is an amazing tool for getting mutations. I grab that and use that instead of the seed vendor for most of this. There will be times you'll need the seed vendor just so that you don't have to grow a whole plant to get the seeds for it, but we'll get into that in a minute. After you have that stuff hacked, you want to set up your planters, and realistically you want to pull them out and kind of make a square. It just gives you a lot more, especially if you're by yourself, you can kind of just go nuts and play with this. And if you leave it too wide like this, you can go in here. Usually there's a side room with this thing. And this you can fill up with chems and a bunch of other stuff and turn it on to just mist your plants or water them for you. You have to be careful with it though, because like I said, it just waters all of them in an AoE. Oh no. I got myself... oh god. I gotta remember how to use my hands. The first thing I want to teach you guys how to grow is a med chem that medbay will love you if you just give them vast amounts of it. So after you hack the seed machine, you can plant this, or you can use one of these, which is what I'm gonna do right now. So it's just synth meat, you pack it into one of these, and then you just let it grow. That gives me a chance to go over the chemicals real quick though. So, mutagenic compound. This makes the plant more unstable and more likely to mutate into a different type. Ammonia makes plants grow very fast, but it makes them get very thirsty. Potash increases yield, but lowers life expectancy. And saltpeter is good for potency. So like in our case, whenever we're making a medical plant, this will give us a higher yield on the chemical in it. If we grab one of those and some potash and go sprinkle it on our little synth meat soup over here, then that should give it some better stats, which you can scan with your PDA. Well, if you're a botanist, you can. It's a tool that comes with it. It will show you at the bottom right in the chat, generation 1, the maturation rate, the production rate, and all these other stats you can look at. Which this one is not a great plant right now. It should go up in potency and yield because of what we just put. But for endurance, you actually need space mushrooms, which I can show y'all. Go back into here. You can go to mushrooms. I think... oh, it's fungus. Sorry. Then you plant one of that. And we actually got a mutation on the first plant into magic shrooms, so they're also psychedelics now. But we're gonna wait for those to grow. You can also find it. Another way to find mushrooms if you don't feel like dealing with hacking a vending machine and all that stuff is if you go into the vents, you'll see these brown spots, and if you click on it with an empty container, it'll put a little bit of it in here. So now we have 10 units of a brownish orange colored substance. If we go over to our reagent extractor, which is this white machine with the arrow looking thing on it, we can insert that in here, and space fungus. That's exactly what we wanted. Splash a little bit of this on our synth meat. Oh y'all, something else now that we have our first harvest too. I just need to go grab a bag from the vendor. There's also like kits in here, but there isn't too much in here. There's a reagent scanner, which lets you scan the chemical composition of stuff. A plant analyzer, which like I showed y'all before, our PDA can do. So we go ahead and grab ourselves a produce satchel and head over to this. We deconstruct this so I don't have to keep going all the way around. We take this in our hand, click on the plant. It should put all the produce in here and drop the seeds. And these seeds will have the same stat that whatever plant you harvested it from, which is how you do genetics and splicing and stuff later. What we want to do is grab this bag of synth meat, stick it in our reagent machine. Then you can just select the internal tank and... hold up, I gotta resize this. Oh, it does not like being resized. Please. So now that you're inside here, you can either select one of the internal tanks to store it in temporarily, or you can put your own beaker in it, which I'm just gonna throw it in here for now. This will heal burns and brute damage if you splash it on someone, but you don't want to inject it in them. And like I said earlier, if you just bring shipments of that to medbay, you can even just bring the straight meat and they can synthesize it themselves. It'll help them big time on healing meds. Now that we have that done though, I can show you guys taking that one step further. You can splice it with other meds, but what I'm going to show you guys is how to kind of make it disperse AoE with a gas. There is one plant. Let me hack this actually, because I'm realizing I'm gonna regret that when I start splicing. Back to what I was doing. We want to grab like 5 of these, and then we grab 5 of these. If you drag click the seeds to your bag in your hand, it'll just drag them all in there at once, which is very useful. You can do it with more things than just seeds, just in that case, whenever you're doing genetics, it's very helpful. Then you just insert them all in here. We go over to the seeds tab, and we want to find those 2 types of seeds we just put in here. So the Rafflesia, I doubt that's how you say it, but we're just going to call it Ralph. Grab yourself some Ralph and hit this splice icon at the end here, which let me stretch this a little further. And then you go to a lavender and splice it. The reason we're doing this is because this plant by itself will just produce a noxious gas that'll make people sick. But if you splice it, there's a 40% chance that it'll become, well, that's not what we wanted. This is the reverse of what we wanted. Pretty much there's a 50-50 chance of it rolling each plant as the prerequisite rather than the addition. And we want Raff at the front. So let's try a few more. Here we go, Rafflender. So we grab this, and I am going to just stick it in a box right next to my light and wait for it to grow. And whenever this grows, I'm actually gonna, do I want to increase its endurance? I kinda do. Yeah, let's do it, why not? Grab some paste mushrooms, eat some so that we can trip balls a little bit. Yeah, one more, why not? It's not a good botany shift unless you're high out of your mind. Every botany shift just kind of devolves into a drug kingpin. At least for me, I might just be weird. Okay, cool, so this is the gas I was talking about. Our buddy Ralph here produces a gas every couple seconds that dumps, oh, I didn't mean to do that. It dumps whatever chem it's spliced with into the air. And since we put that lavender in it, it's safe to breathe. Without that, it wouldn't be. But we're gonna take it one step further and actually splice that synth meat with it so that it just constantly pumps out a healing gas. Another thing I want to mention, at the top right, this wiki tab, this is going to be your best friend when learning jobs. Not necessarily this page, this is pretty limited. But if you go up here, you can search stuff, and if you put in guide to botany, this is the page that's really going to help you out. It has the details on like every item and plant you're going to need, all the mutations and everything like that. Ayo, we got a single seed. That sucks. Hopefully this is going to keep growing. We also get a cool hat from it. And we're going to play the lottery with it. This job reminds me a lot of just gambling. We want to go to our Rafflender seed, hit that splice button. Go to our synth meat seed we stuck in here earlier. It has 90% chance, but it still has a 50-50 chance of being Synthlinder or Raff meat, and we want Raff meat. Raffle meat, that is what we wanted. That's a win. So we go over here, stick it in there, splash some saltpeter. Gonna harvest this one more time. I'm still gonna keep trying to grab seeds from this just so that I have a backup if this ends up wilting. Now we just need to wait on the seed yield. No! Okay, so this is a good example of what I was talking about earlier, because we did not get anything back from that. So now we need to fall back to these, which we got 3 of them from it. Rafflender and synth meat. Got the wrong one. Synth meat. Scuffed it. Got the wrong one. Okay, so now I have to restart from square one. I'm gonna skip ahead to whenever I have the synth meat one made. I stopped the recording and something immediately started fucking with me. It keeps just flicking my lights off every time I turn them on. Is this a roach? Surely not. Oh wait, what? Did the monkey take a fucking light bulb? Sure, why not? Oh, there goes the lights again. Oh, there's 2 switches. I'm just not smart. Is that the AI? Do we have a rogue AI just fucking with me right now? Oh, that's nice. There's a vampire in here. So we couldn't get what we wanted, but we can fuck off and tell Sec if there is any. Boy, cat. There's a bloodsucker in Botany. And not the good kind.
You want something to do? Go track that vampire.
Oh, I found him. We made good deal.
Praise the plant mother.
Do your job, or I will demote you.
Alright, guess we playing. Alright, if I see this asshole, I'm fucking him up. Yeah, fuck off. I got vampires to kill. Fuck off, Beepski. Let's grab a code bar. Don't do it, Beepski. I know you coming in here. Well, now we got an army of Beaskies with us, so he might help with the vamps. Oh, fuck! Oh, that didn't work. Howdy, cat. Did they get the vamp?
So you two are aware. I have caught and scolded for now, but I have said this to Doctor. I will say to you as well. If you are in danger and cannot safely escape, you may defend yourself.
And we should be able to work on our plants now. Cool. Where were we? Oh yeah, dealing with this fucking UI! Oh no, the monkey has the flamethrower. Run, monkey! Classic Beepski. Alright, drag the flamethrower over here. I think the monkey's stuck in the closet. God damn it, the vampire's back. Oh, yep, he's definitely back. You dickhead. I'm going to try to get my splice. I could also just fucking start trying to mass produce. Oh no, fuck off, Beepski. Alright, alright.
I am the boss.
And I'm getting kidnapped. Oi! Let me grow my plants. Just start yelling. I know someone's out there. Come on. I'm sure y'all can just hear me button mashing the keybinds for yell. There's someone with a flashlight in the hallway. Yeah, who was out here just doing laps? Cap is way over here. Then who's just doing laps? Oh, I don't think he wanted to go in by himself. Oh, and it's welded. Okay, I understand now. I'm pretty sure there's only like 5 people on the ship. Yeah, there's only like 7 people on the ship. So this is a very, very slow shift. Alright, I'm getting cloned. Cool. I am just gonna start mass producing garlic though, since he keeps coming back.
Nope.
It got very, very dark.
This botanist was just murdered.
I was what?
I think you got killed by a vampire.
That's scary. Alright, garlic, and we should have some Rafflender. I can't even fucking scroll to it because it's too sensitive. I'm going to jump off of something tall. Oh, oh, oh! That's what we wanted. So whenever this grows, we're gonna start splicing it with other shit, and hopefully we can still do the healing one. But the more plants you add onto it, the harder it gets. And I think I remember starting with garlic, making synth meat and grass almost impossible. But I could be wrong. You feel somewhat purified, mostly wet. So now this plant is producing holy water gas. So if that vampire runs in here... Oh no, it might be time to test it out. I wonder if the ship just ran out of power. Alright, our department's filling up with gas pretty nice. Let's harvest one of these. We got 5 seeds. I'm gonna plant 2 of them and then use the other ones to try to get slices. Oop, I got something. Raffle meat. That is what I wanted. So now, since I have this, I'm gonna dig up one of those ones I just planted. Too strong. Alright, so I have to grab chainsaw and just, it doesn't necessarily have to be a chainsaw. I think you can do it with a couple things. You just smack it a few times and it should wilt. There we go. Now plant the healing one. Howdy. It's very dark. My plants aren't happy. Ooh. Thanks. I think the vampire fucked with the APC over there. There's just one more splice I wanted to do before it's over, and I'm hoping I'll be able to get that done. Raffle ass, that is what I want. Okay, I just saw the captain getting dragged. And with any luck, we should be able to get there like right as it pops. Our department's pretty fucking safe from the vamp at this point though. I've just completely gassed this place. The new thing we just added will actually do this. It will change our tiles to green. It will make all of these grass too if I drag it out to the hall. I have no idea where Evac is either, which is not great. It's probably going to take me that time to... There's the vampire. Okay. And he's turning off my shit. I'm just in a cloud of garlic juices. Hopefully I'm safe.
The escape shuttle has now arrived.
Here it is. I saw the cap. He didn't seem too great.
He did not.
Oh my. I'm just gonna drink my coffee and act like everything's okay. I would go help, but I'm genuinely not sure who I'm supposed to help. What is it bouncing off of? Oh, it's not on. Yeah, that would have helped. Is the detective getting beat now? I don't think the detective's a vamp. I think he's just doing detective things. Go sit my ass up here where it's safe and quiet. Because I don't think anyone else has clearance. Oh, well. That was a botany round of Space Station 13. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go, I don't know, but I gotta go.